Chat with the guys. One thing I can say is these games are close. They always are. And then when we do win, which we won three in a row. So don't ever say, "Oh, we own Mahomes." Oh, Burrow owns Mahomes. Burrow don't own jack crap. Okay, doesn't own any rings. Doesn't own any Lombardis. Is he a good player? Yes. Is he top five quarterback? Yes. So is Lamar Jackson. So is Allen. They still haven't won anything though. So make you can make all excuses. The refs are not the refs. There are several holding calls, several pass interference calls that was not called against Cincinnati. Period. So get used to it, Chiefs fans. You're gonna hear crying, crying. I even had a comment I read needs to be investigated. Come on, man, investigated. Um, so the good thing is, and sometimes luck is part of the game. I mean, sometimes we're lucky, and we got but the previous, the PI call was the right call. The hands to face mask, you could say that was kind of tacky. He didn't grab onto it. His hand glanced off of it. Um, they called that. So if they can't call the PI call is what Cincinnati is saying, then they shouldn't call hands to the face. And then we would have been down in field goal territory at that point, anyways, with a first down. Um, so that's just salty and it's tacky. And go ahead. I understand. I understand you being upset. I mean, I get it. Your passion for a team is awesome. That's great. And that's kick butt. Here's the bad news: the injuries. Isaiah Pacheco is going to be out for some time. I'm going to say he's going to be out for 2 or 3 months with this fracture on his foot. Um, so what are they going to do there? They're going to put him on an IR. Who they're going to bring in? Who they're going to bring up? I know Piron's going to have a bigger uh, say in more playing time and all that. So I hope he's ready to go. He didn't play that much in the Cincinnati game. I guess because he's still learning offense and all this stuff. Now he's really got to learn it. Patrick Mahomes, one of the best to do it, one of the best ever in his young career. But he didn't play very good. And I kind of went psycho after the second interception. It's like, we can't win this if we keep turning this ball over. How many times have we turned the ball over and still come back and won? What would happen if you didn't have any turnovers? You'd probably win by 2 scores against this team. It hasn't happened yet. It was on the verge of happening in several of the games that we played against Cincinnati, where you're on your way to be up by 2 scores. Once you do that, you knock this monkey off your back. The good thing is you won 3 in a row. It doesn't matter what the opposition thinks. Lucky, not lucky, referees, aliens. You probably think aliens came down and did an anal probe, and that's what made the Chiefs win. But all in all, when you holding our receivers and putting saddles and getting ready for a rodeo, and it's not called, what do you think? That kept us from winning bigger, so we could say that as well. Harrison Buck Kicker, let's call him Butt Kicker, is clutch. Um, he's won a lot of games for us. He's very important. I'm glad we signed him to a big contract. You don't want to get rid of him. He's going to be a key. If we get a three-peat, besides the main guys, he's going to be one of the key ingredients to get us to the Super Bowl and win it. He's clutch. So offensively, I would give us a C, and this is the reason why. We ran the ball really good, so that's what gave us the C. And we got a couple TDs, one nice big pass play. But when you turn the ball 3 times over, you probably should lose. Probably that's where the outside fans are going, oh, I should have lost. Probably right on that. But if there's one team that does find a way to win, even when you do that. So you take away just even 2 of those. Because here's the thing, I give them credit for the the forced fumble. That was just a good play by them, but the 2 interceptions could have been avoided. So if you take those away, you probably win by anywhere from 3 to 9 points there. I mean, and it's a swing. You gave them points. You handed them gift wrapped them points. So you got to cut those out when you're playing those teams. As far as coaching, I think that their defensive coordinator, I didn't give him the credit. I'm going to give him credit now because really Henderson on their defense and maybe one of their cornerbacks are probably decent player or good players. But if you look at their roster on paper as far as their defense, they're just okay. But their coaching, when they play against us, the coach knows what he's doing. So they need to adjust that. If they want to do that, the running game was working, but you need to do more rollouts, do more RPOs to get them to move. And to get them to move, they were stacking receivers yesterday. I think if they do that, they stack Rice and Worthy or Nicole Hardman and Worthy and have them go full speed and different route, you're going to have somebody open. So you might start doing that. I just think that they're going to have to change up their offense on Cincy a little bit. But as the year goes on, I expect them to get better. Will they play Cincy in the playoffs? Problem with that is Cincy's 0-2, but they're used to that with the slow starts. And they say the percentage is like 12%. So I don't know. Will they make the playoffs? Will they even get there? We won't know. You have another 16 games to go, I think, to play 18. So will they make the playoffs? We'll see. But you have time to watch the film and get in more shape as the season goes along. But the offense, again, they're losing Isaiah Pacheco, they're losing Holiday Brown, so they need to bring some more players in. The left tackle is kind of my concern. He's getting his ass kicked all day. Do you bring in a veteran? Or do you give him more time? Or you put Morris in his spot? I don't know. I don't know what the right thing is. But he almost cost us the game there too. So if maybe Mahomes doesn't throw those interceptions, if he's not getting pressured from his blind side, that's why you have to roll out to your right. I mean, you see Allen do it all the time, Josh Allen, and he throws he gets a first down or a big play. They need to try that bootleg against Cincinnati a little bit more, and I think that will. We'll see if they do that. Then if Cincinnati makes the playoffs, and that's what they have to do. So special teams and so because you got butt kicker, and the punt game had that big punt that pinned them down inside the 5 there. So yeah, I mean your special teams is doing pretty good, and then your defense. I'm going to have to give them a D. They made that a couple necessary plays to stop them at the end there, but all day their tight ends, Cincinnati's tight ends, getting open, and he was just lobbing them up there like little missiles come down, dead ducks. Um, he wasn't doing anything spectacular. It's just our linebackers suck. So they need to do something about that. It's kind of scary. If anything on our defense this year is going to give us issues, I think it's going to be our pass coverage linebackers. But I will say this: Spags' defenses are very vanilla and they start out slow. And he builds them up, builds them up. So I will give him credit on that. I think his defenses get better through the season. I just think that they need some more pass rush, and that's the key. I don't care if you're Joe Burrow or Ryan Leaf back there, okay? Is there a difference? Sure there is. But if you let Joe Burrow sit back there, I don't care, because the tight ends are slow, but our linebackers are not covering them. So if you give them time, he can just lob it up there and they can go get a first down. And so I'm hoping they will correct that. Like I said, our defense usually gets better through the year, and by the time we get to playoffs, they're kicking ass. So because it's 2 games, the whole team gets a C plus, and that's because they got the wind, and they get better toward the end of the year. Cincinnati, I give them an A in how they played, but see, here's the thing: our top end, as far as how performance, I think it's can be higher than the Bengals, because we do got better playmakers and all that. We just haven't hit that gear yet. So we'll drop a video. Bill and I'll drop a video later this week. That's just my short synopsis of the game. And I'll take the win. I'm happy we won, and that's part of the regular season. Is if you can get wins that you're not even supposed to win, that you played like crap, that's a plus. So we're 2-0. You got several 2-0 teams. You got the Chargers and us. So now we're right there, neck and neck. Chargers, they're looking pretty decent. So we got to win our division games. And the Raiders went into Baltimore and beat them. So they're 1-1. Now they think they're going to go to the Super Bowl. Well, I'm a Raiders fan. But that's a good win, though. I'll give you that. And I was thinking yesterday, who do I really want to win? I like them both to lose, but as far as long term, a loss to either one of them helps. Because as far as getting the first seed, it's going to be harder for Baltimore. Now it's going to be harder for Cincinnati. If we take care of business in our own division, if we win like we should, then and look, the Raiders and everybody's going to be gunning for us. So there's going to be no easy games. I mean, like this next game coming up against the Falcons. We're going to be playing in Atlanta. We should beat the crap out of them. But that's what scares me. This could be a trap game. You need to be careful, and you got to play sound. And the turnovers have got to stop. So that when we play Atlanta Falcons, they're scary as far as the trap game. Now, if you say 9 out of 10 times, Kansas City should win, right? But we just got playing back to back 2 physical opponents that want to kick the shit out of you. You have Lamar or Chase Jar Jar Banks, talking crap, and he's mad. You got Joe Burrow, Macaulay Culkin, he's mad that they lost. They're trying to beat you, and same with Lamar Jackson. They want that's a signature win for them. So for them not to win, you know, they took a lot out of us just to fight them off and survive. So there's a difference in surviving and winning, which that's what we did yesterday, and that's what we did in the first week versus even the playoffs. Like, I think that toward the end of the year, it's good competition, but we put it away on offensive, against Baltimore with the first down. So the Atlanta Falcons game coming up, I would say that you need to get technically more sound. You need to limit the mistakes. I would work on limiting the mistakes because I will say that we're playing offensively and defensively kind of vanilla, and as we get going, we get more. The playbook opens up a little bit more on both ends. Go Chiefs! That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna make a prediction on the next week's game. I want to see the kind of what we're gonna do about the running back situation, what we're gonna do about the left tackle situation, what we're gonna do about the receiver situation. And we're gonna do anything with the roster here for this game. I know the running back situation, they will have to do something, but the other two, you don't. I don't know. So, anyway, your thoughts on this game? Your thoughts on the next game? Join us on, like I said, our YouTube station. Subscribe, like, and we'll be putting out a video later this week. Go Chiefs!